Hello, everybody, and welcome to Live from Beyond. Today we are continuing our the third session of Edge of the Unknown, which is a um, Falling Stars. We're using the Falling Stars role playing game, which was created by Chris McCowan. And, sorry, by Chris McCowan and Paul L. And they're actually joining us today on Twitch, if you're watching this, and commenting on how we're ruining their game. But that's okay. I'll just pretend like I don't read Twitch chat.
They've obviously made
No,
some
no,
mistakes.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Welcome, guys. So I know to hear our players, and we're going to do a quick introduction, and then we're going to go over very briefly what happened last game and hop right into it. So we'll start with Kevin on Denver.
Hi, my name is Kevin, and I'm playing Denver McAndrews, the hacker extraordinaire.
Alright, my name is Kim, and I'm playing Lieutenant Commander Mullen, the Navy officer.
Hi, my name is Chris, and I am playing Ensign Perez, medic, and cat person.
Where we left off last week, or where we started this whole thing, our group, which seems slightly smaller than it was last week, but I assure you it's the same. Our group was sent on a mission to try to make contact with a lost captain and her ship on a faraway planet. They were to take a cruise ship that was aboard which some sort of murder happened, and they were trying to essentially figure it out. And then from that cruise ship, they were supposed to dock into another. Supposed to hop into another ship, which wasn't supposed to come for, I guess, about 2 days, a day and a half, but it ended up showing up like 4 hours into the flight, and so now they're
Here?
there's a little bit of action happen. Am I echoing to anybody else?
No?
I'm echoing through Kim's mic for myself. So that was So then what ended up happening was our group tried to investigate. There was 4 murders on the ship with a new security officer and an incompetent captain, and as another ship showed up to pick them up, essentially 30-something hours early, our group was in a little bit of a state of confusion, and it was at that time that the incompetent captain tried to make his breakaway onto another ship that showed up and docked without permission. And our group managed to clamp the ship and hold it in place, and now they're trying to get on board. And that's where we left off last week. So I believe last we left off, Denver noticed that there's a little bit of a panel attached to this door that would allow entrance onto the ship, and he ran for it, trying to hack his way in. So Denver, why don't you give me a computer hacking check to try to. What do you want to do? You want to unlock this door? You want it to open? This is the door to the ship, right? You're muted.
Sorry. Yeah. So I assume it's like an airlock on the other side, or is it just is the ship?
No. This is like the docking, like the. It would essentially, all of the storage and containers and everything would be brought through this door. It's kind of like a big door.
Okay.
Maybe like 5 feet wide, 7 feet wide, something like that.
So I want to talk to the security chief. That's the one that's still alive, and I want to ask her if she can get some like security personnel here. Because like if I just open this door, these guys are going to shoot us, I think.
Didn't she already call for like a bunch of reinforcements?
Yeah, she did. She did last session. She said she asked for some personnel to kind of try to make their way to the northern docking bay, which is where you are now. She literally made the call like 20 seconds ago, let's say in game time.
Mm-hmm.
So she
So
was
we
like,
have reason to believe that security personnel is coming.
yes.
Okay.
Oh, you
So
know
as
what's you know what's bullshit, by the way? I just
that?
found out, having now finally received the missing page of my character sheet, that I give everybody +2 on initiative rolls.
That's
Oh,
so cool. We could use that going forward.
Yeah.
that's so much better than not.
So as you're having this conversation, you like, she's yelling into her comm to like get security personnel to hear you. You hear the ship begin to like trying to power up its engines, but not its just essentially its not like not its like space travel engines, but like the docking and the docking ones that will try. Essentially, it's trying to shake loose of the clamps that are holding it.
Okay, so can I like this panel that's on the side of the ship? Can I plug into it? Do I have like a physical plug I can get on the inside of their systems with?
So I mean, yeah, you can definitely try to. You have enough in your repertoire of gear. You can definitely find something that allow you to like plug in.
Okay, because I'm figuring like, okay, it was really hard for me to try to hack their ship before from the outside, but maybe if I'm plugged right in, it gets me like inside in the front door, and then I can.
So give me some sort of like technical knowledge or anything like along that line. Let me see. Sorry, let me just pop up your character sheet.
Yeah.
Do you give me computer operation check? Computer operations check.
Plus, hold on, I don't have my character sheet open actually. Oh, here we go. I have +1 in there, right?
Plus 11.
Oh, +11. There we go.
Kevin's like, that's what I want. That's the one that I wanted.
It's 2d6, right?
No.
What
did I tell you last time?
I'm pretty sure you rolled a 2d20.
My competing system is 2d6. We talked about that.
All right, fair enough.
All
Holy
right.
crap.
So you like plug in and you like pull out like your little device and you stick on H right onto your little tiny computer, like right onto the thing.
Mhm.
And as you get in, you just see that this is like a rudimentary like open door mechanism. Like there's no you try to access like the inner workings of the ship, but all you can tell is that there's like a little camera connection which allows you to like see yourself, and on the inside of the ship there's a little camera connection, and it's just like an open door, closed door. But the fact that you managed to hack into the inner camera as well, you see like this scene open up in front of you as like as you managed to get inside and get like a camera view. There's like a camera over here. I'm clicking. Oh, sorry. There's a camera over here, and it's kind of like giving you this vision facing towards it, and so you're able to tell that there's some.
So can you just, if this is like the door controls, can we just open the door? That would make it hard for them to leave, right? If there's like an unsealed door.
Yeah, I mean, I can open the door. I think I just kind of wanted to, wait until we had some more backup. But
Oh, that's right. Or was it myself and Perez?
Yeah,
And like
we were in the middle of a fight with the captain of the other vessel.
well,
so
isn't the problem that the captain is conspicuously missing? Oh,
Well,
the
no,
other vessel.
right.
You mean the other Navy
The other-
vessel?
yeah.
right? So what
But
actually ended up
we're all like running up to the scene, right?
Yes.
With them in
So
tow.
what I ended up, I think the last thing that I said from the other one is that you guys like run into the room, and Denver books it for the control panel, and you guys are in the room, and the other captain of the other vessel, which is Lieutenant Commander Pittman, you see him right here. He's doing a little jig here. He's also there. He's also there with you guys, kind of like has his gun at the ready, and he's not sure what's going on. But this part of the ship, especially this part of the Nettle, is kind of like shaking a little bit as this ship that's docked is using its like air brakes. It's using its trying to shake itself loose of the clamps, and the clamps are kind of like they're like straining, but they're still holding on.
air brakes don't work so good in space. I don't think. Anyway.
Also, Alex, this diagram, by the way, looks like a color blindness test or something like that. I feel like I should be seeing a 26 in the middle of this or something.
Yes,
Did you see the 26?
Yeah, Kim, I'm afraid to break it to you, buddy.
Why are all these boxes gray?
Where are all the people?
Right. This it actually shows you the alien number for everything.
Yeah. Well, my character knows Cyrillian, so
Yeah.
Yeah. As you're so as you're like standing there like looking at this like camera feed from the inside, Kevin, you see that another guy kind of like enters the main the chamber that from the door as as this one guy runs over and he realizes that someone's like messing with the controls of the ship or something, and he's
Mhm.
like just like starts typing on on like a little pad that comes out, and he like just like starts like trying to do stuff, and you're feeling a little bit of a resistance to your you feel yourself trying
Yeah.
to get locked out.
Unknowingly, though, this guy has sown the seeds of his own doom.
Oh.
Because I am going to back hack the trace
wow.
route. I'm
Supposed
going
to be
to
2d10.
Kevin's
Listen,
gonna find his
that was-
Facebook account. And he's
And
gonna
by the way, this
Oh,
guy's super
find
cheated.
pictures of him with his
Yeah.
roommate.
This guy super cheated and tried to roll 2d20s and still failed to
Yeah.
beat.
even
Still-
though he's cheating, I'm gonna back hack his IP config.
he has to.
Can I do that? Can I use his data pad to like get access to the ship here?
I mean, it looks like this control that like this is just like a rudimentary like open door, closed door.
No, but if he's
like-
trying to hack, my point is, if he's trying to hack me, I should have to be able
But
to hack
he's
him.
just trying to like lock you out. So he's trying
Yeah,
to lock.
but I'm saying if he can connect to what I'm connected to, then I can connect to him. And
Yeah, sure.
connecting to
Yeah.
him,
This is one.
I can
This
go-
is one.
once
This
I
is
connect
one
to him,
connection.
I'm
Yeah.
in.
If he's on the
This is-
Wi-Fi in there, then like
Then I'm in. I
This
use
is
You
just
can get the
one-
password.
I
and
piggyback
get the password.
off his signal.
He doesn't have to use his own data.
You know,
hack the Gibson.
yeah, bury a Ryman sequence inside his
Anyway, so because you had
Whatever.
such a high roll, you essentially have control of, let's say what you can do is you can like turn the lights on and off in that little bay where they are. You can turn the camera on and off. You can control the camera to move left and right, and you can open and close the door. But like that's pretty much it. Like this, it's not really connected to the rest of the ship. Like that's what this
Well, they
panel
don't have
is.
Wi-Fi in this ship.
Do we have any grenades?
Also, their camera's not connected to their Wi-Fi. All right, whatever. That's fine.
It's closed circuit camera.
Closed circuit camera. All right.
This is the future. They don't have Wi-Fi cameras.
Maybe they do, but you needed like a 45.
All right. So, do we have any grenades? I think this is another error with my character sheet. There's no grenades on here.
Oh, that might be like a. All right. So anyway, as you yell to your team for grenades, like Pittman, who's the guy that just showed up from the Steel, which is the other ship that docked to take you away. He like kind of like takes like a grenade that's hanging on his side, and he like throws it towards you. Of course, it's still like he doesn't pull the pin before throwing it to you.
He activates.
It's like, oh my god! All right. So I'll say to
Terrible trigger discipline.
to Private McAndrews, I say, on my mark, open this door.
What you mean on when you say Mark or
Mark.
Yeah, fine. All right, I'll do it.
Ready? I give the signal, and then I'm gonna chuck a grenade in the room.
All right. Wait, the signal is all right.
Yes,
I'll-
I say the signal. I yell very loudly.
The signal.
Signal. I thought you were gonna say Mark.
Mark.
All right. All right. I open the door.
I toss a grenade.
All right, let's see. All right. Oh, jeez. Okay. So basically, this, so the door like just kind of like lowers down, and well, and since you're like, you can position yourself wherever you want to be. I don't know. Like I think you can move your own character. Where would you like to be throwing this grenade from?
So I'm like right by Denver, and I just tell him to like slide the door, and then I'm just gonna like chuck the grenade over like here, like I don't know, there-ish.
Yeah.
Just into the room, so it stays in there,
Mhm,
and then I'm gonna kind of like turn away. It's a small room. I imagine if a grenade goes on and off in there, those three guys are gonna be in a little bit of trouble.
Okay, so you throw the grenade. It's not. You kind of like throw into a tight spot. the door like still opens, but none of you are like in the blast radius. And on the monitor, essentially, what you see there's like a little bit of explosion. You see this guy dive back this way, and this guy. Oh, sorry, you can't see who I'm targeting. I'm just gonna mark it real quick. So this guy, he gets a little symbol on him. Where's the little symbol option? Hello. Sorry. Whatever. You're now. There you go. So that guy, the I don't know, purple pink guy, he like kind of like collapses down on the ground. It seems that the grenade has hit him pretty much directly center, and he collapses down on the ground. I found a better way to represent him rather than him being pink. And this guy like goes off to the side here, and then like the camera feed goes dark inside, as it seems maybe some of the shrapnel hit the camera or some of the cables and like disrupted the view. And so the last thing that you saw was one of the guys, like two guys, trying to dodge out of the way. One guy managed to hide behind the door, and the grenade hit one guy like head on. But seeing as how that's what ended up happening, you guys can use the like the few seconds that you have of confusion to do something.
All right, I'll just as soon as the like grenade goes off, I'm gonna rush into the room, coming around this corner towards the last guy with my rifle drawn.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I will follow her lead.
Okay, so let's go into initiative, as we're kind of going into like a little more of a combat situation. So why don't we roll for initiative, and once the first shot is taken, we'll use this initiative order. Let's do it that way.
All right. So
If we-
remember,
if we get a
everybody,
good roll. If we get some kind of team-wide buff, that would be really helpful.
everybody, remember your +2s.
All right.
I don't think I get it myself, which is BS.
Don't you get like super good initiative otherwise, or is that Aaron?
I
You
get
not your own
I get a
ally?
+1. But look at that.
Whoa.
Oh,
All right. Well,
I get to go like
someone around
3
here needs to
times.
stop complaining, Mr. 21.
So that's
Everybody else
that's
gets
like
into the room, and I'm like, I already killed everyone in this ship. Let's go.
all right.
And I
So-
saved the captain.
My initiative is what, a skill?
Yeah, it should be just in the upper left hand corner, I think, somewhere.
Oh, I see. Okay.
It's it's by the other like combat
Yeah.
stuff.
Well,
Under your skills, I guess.
okay, so here's what happens. Like the Denver like presses the button, and like Mullen comes out of nowhere and like throws the grenade, and he's like timing the explosion in his head. He's like 3, 2, 1, and then it's like a boom, like a really loud boom erupts from the. And as soon as the explosion goes off, you see that like Mullen is like diving in, like whatever, like gun drawn. He's already inside.
She.
There's like the.
No, I'm a he.
Are you a he? Oh, Aaron.
Yeah, he's like
Aaron was the she.
there's like a confused guy in the corner, like kind of shielding himself from like the shrapnel of the grenade, and like Mullen's standing there like gun drawn, like 10 feet away from him.
I'd shoot him immediately.
Okay,
We're in a
So-
combat situation here.
combat situation. Do it. Do your
All right. So, assault rifle.
So Kim, just
I
the other thing.
Add my plus strike here. Is that right?
So normally a a crit pretty much like this is like a pretty good crit, and the crit normally puts you in a really good position, as did normal initiative, but it's kind of what you want to do anyway. One of the things that you can do in the system is you can forfeit the crit and just keep the number. So in this case it would be 21, but you can gain an extra action point for this round. Just for this one round, you could have like one more than everybody else, sort of.
Sure, I'll do that. That's fine.
Okay.
So, yeah. So, where you said movement, with movement and shooting, that's pretty much all your action points. Or I would have like one additional one.
You'd have one left, yeah. If
So like
you like,
moving into the room, that's one action, right?
Well, no. So your movement is free because I said like until a shot is taken, that's when we'll start like the real initiative. So let's say you were able to get in for free. You had like a very high initiative. You threw the grenade, so you reacted as soon as the grenade went off. So you're in there for free, and like if you want to attack, you can take a shot at this guy.
Okay. So I could theoretically shoot twice, right? Because I haven't used any action points yet. Is that right? Or is that what
yeah, I think I'm okay with that, right? Is that like a thing that we're allowed to do?
What was the move?
Well, so the other thing is I have an ability apparently called Battlefield Tactics where I can transfer action points to allies at a 1-to-1 ratio. So I mean, can I shoot this guy, see what happens, and if he dies, I'll just like, transfer them all to the next guy, and they can get a super action.
So Falling Stars is pretty forgiving in terms of like you can like essentially you make an attack, then the enemy decides if he wants to roll to counter the attack kind of thing, and vice versa.
Okay, so I guess I shoot this guy. I get a 16.
Okay, so he's gonna seeing as how he he's not gonna dodge it because he didn't. He like I said, he's still shielding himself from like the shrapnel and like the debris and dust that came from your grenade. So you take the shot. So what's your damage?
Oh, damage is 12.
Okay, so you pretty much like blow his helmet right off. Like it, you managed to hit him at such an angle that he's not. He's not dead, but his helmet gets like blown off, and he gets like thrown back by your shot, and like slammed against the wall, and he's kind of like he's a little shaky and wobbly, and he's sitting on his butt like against the wall, and he's kind of like feeling around for his gun, which was like knocked out of his hand by the blast, by your shot. Sorry.
So I can take another shot.
Yeah.
All right, shoot him again.
All right.
15.
Yeah, so that your second shot, like second headshot. This time, there's no helmet to stop you, and like you just kind of like blow the guy's head off.
Alright. If I have an extra action point, that would have been 4 action points, right? That's my whole action. But then I have one last one from, I guess, being rolling that crit on the init. I'll pass that to Perez in case she needs it. I yell out, "Clear!"
Okay, so
oh, sorry. So the second initiative actually goes to Denver,
right?
Yeah. Evan? You're muted again.
Sorry. Yeah. Denver's like not really. I mean,
Denver's like, go, guys.
Well, anyway, as you're thinking about what to do, you see like Commander Mullen get in there. He like just whatever the door's like still opening. He like forces it down. He jumps in. You hear like boom,
so it's like murdering
boom,
people.
boom. And then he's like clear.
See if you can get back into this camera feed and feed it into my cybernetic eye.
Okay. Yeah, Denver's a little shaken up by this, like, abject killing of humanity that just happened in front of him. But I guess, is there a panel in the next room that he can access?
I mean, you'd have to go in there to like get a good look around.
Sure. Well, I don't because I can see it already.
Well, no, it got blown up. Remember, like the camera took some shrapnel.
He gotta look at it though for a second.
I can pull up my video. I recorded that video.
Look at the look at the recording if we want.
Get in there, Denver.
All right, Denver's going to go inside.
All right, move yourself to where you want to be.
And look for a
Okay, sure. So there's a. Is that your unhappy face on for having to go inside? So you see that there's a panel that's like right here in the corner.
Yeah, Denver will go to it and jack in.
All right. So why don't you give me a roll?
Mm-hmm.
Good one though.
It was a 16.
So with a 16, you see that this is the there's a little sign that says, oh, sorry. Once you get in, you see that you're trying to get into something called a secondary turret control, but there's not enough information from your role to see exactly what it is. There's just like something about positioning, some sort of coordinates, but you're really not able to like decipher it.
Okay. Sure. That's fine. Can you do it? I'm done then, right?
You still have one short action. Well, so you remember you don't have to use your actions like all back to back kind of thing. You can like kind of spread them out.
Can I just keep trying to access this turret?
Uh, right. Well, so no, you can't access it right now, but you could like do like a short action, like something small right now.
I don't understand. What did I just do? It wasn't that a short action?
Oh, no, I think skills is a long action from
Don't you
my...
get just one long action though?
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I think
So
that's
I'd
what
be
you...
done then, right? So I moved in.
Right.
I did a hack. I guess it's
No,
a long action.
A skill is a short action.
Okay, yeah, then you're fine, Kevin. Then you can do two.
I can do it again.
Do it.
Okay.
All right. So you get into this whatever this is, like secondary turret control, and you see that you essentially see that these are certain turrets that are positioned on like the side and aft of the ship, uh, and you're kind of like there's like port, starboard, and aft. There's three turrets, and there's like a little thing that allows you to either like warm up the turrets or sort of get them ready, shut them down, that kind of thing.
Can I shoot them?
You can, but you'd be shooting like the inside of like the cruise ship where the ship is docked. They're like outside the ship.
I thought the ship was attached.
Well,
I think it was inside a.
So a part of a ship is inside. The part that you're entering right now is still inside the
Okay,
metal.
so I guess my question is this: can I aim that at them at any other part of this ship?
No. You can't aim the turret at it's like at any part of its own of the ship.
So this is like some kind of self-defense turret on the outside of the ship.
Yeah, there's three turrets. There's one like one on each side and one in the back.
All right.
Was that the only thing you got access to? Was like the turret control?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead. I'll try to think about what I'm going to do.
I guess our aim should be to just like keep this ship from leaving, right?
Yeah, I think so.
So either we need to. I would imagine we either need to like shut down navigation or the engines.
Can I try to like overload the power in this turret?
Yeah. I mean, let's say.
I mean, maybe next turn.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's say next turn you could try to do something
Critical
like
overload.
that. Okay, so Perez, it's you now.
All right, I will follow my commander into the fray. So I'll move in and I guess assess the situation. So,
So by the way, from this location, any white like wall or whatever is actually a door that leads somewhere, right? So from like you're in the little like loading area, and it seems like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus one door that leads back to where you came from. 6 doors total. So the only open door right now is this one, and all of the other doors are closed.
They're closed. Okay, and so there's two dead guys in there, I guess.
There's 2 dead guys. Yeah, I mean, like you can actually. I'm gonna take them off because you can like I just left them for like if you want to search them or something like that line. But they're not gonna get in your way or anything. For all intents and purposes, they're gone.
Gotcha. Okay, is there any indication as to like where these doors go, or are they just kind of like their doors?
So from what you've gathered, if you were to go, the doors to the port and the door to the starboard, those can't possibly lead into long passageways because those are like the sides of the ship, right? They would essentially, just from kind of glancing around, or the way the ship is positioned, the way the ship is docked, it seemed like it was like a more of a longer ship than like a wider ship, and so I mean they can't possibly jut out more than 10 to 15 feet.
Well, that last guy, he went through that center door, right?
Correct. The last guy dove through that door right there.
Okay, but do I know that? Is that because that feed was available to Denver?
To Denver, yeah.
To Denver. Okay,
Well,
then I'll.
Speaking is like a non-action for the most part, unless you have like really long conversations.
Okay, so say Mullen, which where to, sir?
Say, McAndrews, any other intel?
They have a turret.
Any
Useless.
That's it. That's your non-action. Let's put it that your
I
free
sent you
action.
all a Randy Savage gif.
Yes, I'm not sure why we brought you. So, I know Chris just asked, was there any indicators on any of the doors as to where they lead? Like any names?
any signs or?
Yeah. So there's let's say like a quick glance, like this one says cargo and this one says cargo.
Okay, and the center one is just
Center one is nothing, and the left two doors there's something weird about them. They're like much wider. They're maybe 10 feet wide, and it's like double like sliding doors, right? So essentially, you're not sure where those lead. But like I said, those side passages, they can't possibly be any. They can't be any depth to them, right? They look like maybe
Are
like
they
you're not.
are they just loading hatches?
Do you have any sort of ship anything?
Wait, maybe.
Chris?
Yeah, I have
I do
like
not.
I have pilot spacecraft and pilot terrestrial.
All right, so give me pilot spacecraft. I know it's not kind of it's not exactly pilot, but you know.
12.
Okay, so like if you had to take a guess, you'd guess that it's like slightly different like airlock entrances for like different docking, like different ways to dock.
Okay. So how much did we see any of the ship? Like, could we make an educated guess as to the layout, like how we would get to either engineering or the like bridge?
Sure. So the ship that came in, it was a model that you think you might have seen at some point, but you only caught a brief glimpse of the ship before you kind of like made a dive for inside. For the most part, if you were to take an educated guess, you'd say the ship is maybe 150 feet in length.
Okay.
And so and maybe 50 feet wide total. So it's maybe 150 to 200 feet in length and 50 feet wide, and so it's kind of like an elongated elongated ship. So like if you were to take an educated guess, the guess would be like straight to the north, to because that's where the bridge would be and so on.
All right, so I'll indicate to Perez to like set up by this door and like get ready to open it, and I'll like go through.
All right, then I will. Then I guess as the reign of my action, I'll move in between the left and center door. I guess next to there's like a button or latch or something to open the door. I'll wait for Mullen's signal, and then once she gives it, I'll hit it, open the door.
Okay, so
I'll have my weapon ready.
So let's say you use one of your actions to move, and then you pass, correct? I mean, you could still get your actions later on in the round.
Okay, yeah. So I'll do that, because I'm not really doing a lot.
Okay, so as you get into position, this door opens up here on the left side. There's a guy standing there, and he's like holding a gun, and he like brings it up and like fires it at Denver, who's standing like directly in front of him.
No. Hack the planet.
So Denver, you can see what the roll is first. All right, so the roll's a 15, and you could choose to dodge it or there's a bunch of actions that you can take.
Yeah, I'll I was holding my action. I'll do an intercept action.
Okay. Yep. Intercept is a fine action.
Okay. And what do I roll for that? Actually.
I have it here. I was just looking at it. Knowing the rules. Page 250. All right. So for intercept, it's essentially so you have to be within 10 feet, which you are, and okay. So it costs 2 action points, and it's essentially a dodge. You have to roll a dodge to dodge a strike. So to dodge an attack. So you basically.
I take it back. There's a separate box for intercept. It's the same. I think it's the same stat as dodge ultimately, but okay.
Okay, so 12 is not enough to dodge,
Okay,
or to
all right.
you. So you hop in front of him, but you end up like taking the damage.
I can give you a reroll, by the way. It's like a once per encounter thing. I can organize the troops. Here, take a reroll.
All right, because we were ready for action and you
I
inspired me.
organize the troops. I say, dodge in this manner.
Thank you, Commander. I dodge in the manner that Mullen commanded me to dodge.
What you want to do is
Or
absorb the
intercept.
bullets with your chest.
So normally you have to the attacker has to beat the defender.
Okay.
Because I believe ties are like not a good thing for are no good. So you actually you kind of like jump in front of Denver and like just like push him against the wall kind of thing, and like a blaster bolt goes like barreling right past you, and so this guy takes like why am I can't select the guy? He takes like a step forward and he branches his like knife in one hand and he has like his like blaster in the other. And as that happens, you hear like doors like opening and closing coming from like from like whatever from the front of the ship, I guess, right? From that direction, from the north side of the ship, you hear like certain doors like opening and closing as things are happening kind of at the same time while you guys are doing all of this, right? So this is essentially the other NPCs taking their action. The ship shakes one more time, a little more violently. Mullen, from your ship piloting experience, you think someone might be crazy enough to try to power like the actual engines in the ship, but that would mean, that would mean like death for like a lot of people aboard the Nettle, as it'll tear like a hole into the ship, like out into space.
Wouldn't it mean the same thing for this ship?
Well, so as if they can like seal the doors and some of the airlocks, right? It'll do a lot of damage to the ship, but as far as how much damage, right? Like maybe they can get away. So it sounds like you're not sure, right? It's just like your gut feeling. Would someone be like crazy enough to try to do this to kind of like essentially like chew off their own leg or their own like aft of the ship in order to try to get away?
Which is Iconic Pirates.
Yeah, so so we're back to the top with Mullen.
Can I? Well, is there like a penalty for me shooting at this guy if he's like right next to somebody else?
No, you're fine. You'll have line of sight. Because I said Perez moved Denver like up against the ship, so like you have a clearer shot than what the diagram represents here.
So I don't know if we're supposed to know, but like, how much like health do these guys have? Because I guess my rifle has like an armor piercing mode, and I'm wondering if it's worth it to do that, or if because it's AP mode ignores soak and does half damage, but maybe it's not worth it if like.
Well, I mean, like, are they?
I mean,
Yeah.
An in-game explanation. I mean, are they wearing armor? We're all military people. We would recognize armor if we saw
Yeah.
it.
So as far as in-game, Kim, 2 shots, 2 good shots from your like regular rifle would be more than enough for these guys, right? Like if you had a good shot, 1 shot would be fine. Because like even though they weren't prepared. They weren't like wearing their like tactical gear, right? They were just like carrying some boxes around, and then so like some of them managed like these guys had like 20 seconds, so they managed to throw like a helmet on and like a bulletproof vest, but it's by no means like the tactical armor that you guys possess. So like I don't think with your expertise, I don't think armor piercing rounds is the way to go.
All right. And this guy, was he wearing armor?
No.
All right. I'll just shoot him then.
All right.
21.
Yes, you will.
All right. Yeah. So this guy like drew his knife and he's like, I'm gonna kill you, computer nerd. And you're like,
I'm like, no.
and
My
Prez like,
fleshy body.
and Prez like, get out of the way. And Mullen's like, and just like takes a shot at this guy, and the guy just the impact from like sends him flying like 5 feet back, and then essentially ends up killing him. So he's like, little skull symbol. And I had
Did
a
we get
question.
a better death noise? That was a little.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, I can't do bad death noise, but I can do something like this if that's
No,
what-
it's not as good.
no.
This is.
All right. Well, that's
Yeah.
staying now.
Oh.
That guy's
Mul-
doing X.
Mullen's like, McAndrews, get down!
All right. Yeah.
Plugs him right in the face. All right, so then I
defragment my meat stack.
I'm gonna move over to the center door and like hit the like panel to open the door.
Okay, so the door swings open. From your like, if you do like a tactical glance inside, I don't know if you kind of want
Is that different
to.
from a regular glance, or is it
A regular glance is like, oh hey, a tactical glance is like,
It's kind of. I mean, a regular glance, you'd be like at the ready, like looking forward, right? Kind of, as opposed to. All right.
Yeah.
So
I got my
So-
bionic eye on record and everything.
so you're able to like. There's like a guy that's like stands at the ready, like ready to shoot anyone that like comes in.
All right. Denver's gonna like glance at at Mullen like he's a crazed
Psycho.
murderer, and then I don't know, look for more. Oh, so I want to try to. Oh, is it my turn? Sorry.
Well, so unless Mullen wants to like hold on to his, because you still have 2 actions, right? Because you barely like
I
you still have
shot
2 actions.
with just 2 actions, right?
right, and then
And
you
then I
you
moved and
okay,
like
so
opened
you
the
still-
door.
You have and looked in, so you have 1 action. Let's just say for because like
All right,
you
so
moved-
Mullen will like he's got the glance. I got my like 200 times zoom on my microscopic eye, so I like quickly tactically kind of survey this guy and assess him no threat at all. So I'll yell down. I say, "Lay down your weapons. Nobody else has to get hurt."
do you have any sort of way to convince him?
He's gone.
I'm well, yeah. The fact that we just shot up a bunch of his friends and I have
Yeah,
I have
I'm definitely gonna
persuasion.
take-
I
Okay,
will-
so why don't you do persuasion, and whatever your persuasion, take an extra like 5 to that, because there was a grenade. He like rolled away. He heard like shouts and like a very terrible like death noise.
I rolled terrible, but with
It
your
was
plus
terrible.
with your +5, that gave me a +11. So
Okay, so 15 is normally like pretty good, and so I mean it's decent. And so what this guy ends up doing, he doesn't end up laying his weapon, but he like keeps running, and he like turns around and he runs like this door opens. When the door opens, you catch like a brief like, since you're still kind of looking at him, you catch like a brief outline of whoops, sorry, as to like what's going on inside, but then like the door like shuts behind him, kind of, as you kind of catch a little bit of an open area kind of thing.
I'd say, McAndrews, can you give me a comm link to the bridge?
I don't know. Can I do that? Apparently, I can only access like one thing from each of these panels.
So
You know what? I can absolutely do that, Commander Mullen.
all right, so
Get me the comm link.
I can definitely do that.
Let's say that if you know, let's say he like patches you through, right? Like there's turrets, that's not a problem. Patching through to the bridge isn't like a problem. So like Kevin, you don't have to do anything for this. Like if you want to say something, Kim, you can like yell it out to like the people on the ship.
I want
Right?
to like translate everything he says into Klingon though.
Can it at least be Cyrillian? I don't know Klingon.
Yeah, but that's it's for effect.
Oh, okay. All right. So I say, yeah, this is Lieutenant Commander Mullen of the UPCN. Power off your ship immediately and stand down.
All right. Well,
Which translated into Klingon, Alex, is
You could just say it in Russian.
yeah, that's
No,
fine.
it's
It's
fine.
pretty much the same thing.
no. So basically, you like pass on your message. You kind of like you end up saying it, and um, there's you don't immediately get a response. So let's go to Denver. What does Denver do while this is going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Denver's like trying not to get shot.
Okay, I mean, so like from what happened so far, like the guy tried to shoot at you, but you're sort of in like a corner now. It doesn't look like anybody's like coming after you.
I'm not convinced.
That's alright. I don't expect the tech guy to like go running headfirst down the corridor.
Yeah, well, that's good. You don't you expect that. You know what? All right, here's a question. Can I? So I have like this computer program that's like my buddy, right?
Yeah. H.
His name is H.
His name's Hershkowitz, but H for
Oh,
short.
that's right. Yeah, that's right. You're right. You're right about that.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Pither.
Can I like let him loose on this ship to like
Uh,
just kind of like go and
Just mess stuff up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you've normally these little type of AI computers. They come like as a very very friendly. They can access Facebook and sort of stuff. But you've rooted yours, and you've done a lot of bad things that no one should ever do to a small computer program like this. So it's pretty vicious. So you could try to let it loose, and I'll let it do its own thing.
but it
around
might
there.
like permanently mess up the ship, is what you're saying, or
It depends on like what you want it to do.
I mean, go wild.
Yeah. So then, if permanently mess up the ship, then it might do that. Right?
Yeah,
Like,
I wanna. Yeah, I'll
if
let
it
let
can,
loose.
right?
Yeah,
So,
of course.
okay,
I mean,
yeah.
I don't want it to do that if it can't.
Yeah, so I mean, if it, anyone can get lucky enough and like do some damage, but like you're kind of telling it to do whatever it can, not necessarily.
Yeah, I want to like
try
reschedule people's meetings. I want it to like, like
even worse schedule.
publish their mom's phone numbers on the internet. Like,
Yeah.
it's gonna get wild.
It was
Okay,
like
yeah.
shut off the coffee machine. And
Like say it's dispensing coffee, but then like, just be like, oh, just a second. It's coming. I'll be here any moment. Just wait.
Is that
no matter
Ralph-
what you do, it says it needs more hot water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you kind of let it do its own thing. So we'll I'll keep it in mind as you go forward, but it's still technically your turn. I don't even. This isn't like a non-action. You just kind of say you just say like H go, right, and it like knows exactly. Like you kind of like gesture with your eyes at it inside your super helm, and so like it goes off to do its own thing. But
Okay.
it's still your turn, regardless.
It's still my turn.
Yeah.
All right. So McAndrews is gonna like sort of like shakily unbuckle his pistol from his belt and like check that it's loaded. I guess carefully pointed away from everyone.
Safety first.
Yeah, make sure the safety is on or off, whatever seems most appropriate for the situation.
All right. So let's just say you want to put your action on hold. Is that what's
Yeah,
happening?
that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. So Perez is like, she sees like Mullen say like, yell at a guy, and like a guy runs away, and Perez like, steals herself and is like ready to go in, and as she does, you hear like a screaming coming from like behind you, and like Pittman runs in and like kicks this door like open, even though there's like a switch, and it was like kind of like he kind of like just does like a
The
flying
door
kick.
is open. He just
Yeah, that's the whole
Just
point, right?
kicks-
He like
kicks
kind of
the air.
he like flies through, and he like runs through, and like he just like keeps going, right? And he's like follow me, man, and he like just keeps running, and he like gets here, and he like presses the panel, and like this door opens, and like you can see
Just toss a
inside.
grenade in there, McMillan or Mullen.
Pittman was the other commander, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was gonna say, if
And
it's the
you'll-
pilot, I would tell him to like come back, but this guy is free to go and do whatever he wants.
And so there's like a guy here. This is the guy that was like running away. It's still like his back face to you because he didn't like make it very far. And like Pittman ends up like taking like a shot at him, but it's like a very. All right, so it's like it's
Poor
just because he's like he actually gets a +1, but it doesn't matter. So the other guy hears the yelling and the screaming, and he like tries to dodge it, and he like just kind of like scoots down, and like the bullets the bullets go like flying over his head, and he like and that's Pittman's Pittman uses up all his action points because that's how we do.
Man after my own heart.
All right, and then Perez.
Well, that's. I mean, I am inspired by this bravery, this commanding presence, charging in. How can I leave this soldier unsupported? So I will go charging just as blindly down the hallway after him.
That's how we do in the Navy.
Now how wide is this hallway? Can I pass by him, or am I?
Yeah,
like,
yeah, you can pass
stuck
through.
behind him? Okay, and then in terms of like total actions and distance or whatever, my move is 8.
Half your agility. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can like make it inside.
Can I make it
So-
inside?
Yeah.
Can I make it inside and attack, or can I just make it inside?
You can make it inside and attack.
Okay. I mean I am from their previous scuffle with the with I guess the commander of this ship or whoever was outside that was arguing before that we started the fight with. I am still raring to go, so I'm using the claws.
Ooh.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's right. He's a cat.
Meow. All right, so Perez is in there and catches up to the guy. Let's turn you around. Make it for real. And make a swipe, a tackle, or anything along that line. That you're doing like a melee attack or like a claw attack?
It's claws is the
Alright.
claws.
All right, so make a strike roll.
Made
Oh,
it.
you did.
I
alright.
did.
All right, so this guy has, since he did an attack, he has one more chance to try to get out of the way, and he doesn't. So you
Too bad.
you land your claws for how much damage are we talking here?
11.
All right, for 11 damage. Like he's wearing like some sort of like bulletproof vest that he just like threw over his head, and you go like right under the vest and like kind of like into his sides, into his ribs with your claws, and like he lets out like a scream. He's like ah, but he doesn't like go down. He's like he's still like ah. He's like trying to fight his way off your claws, but it's not.
Yeah, good luck with that, buddy. Good luck with that.
My
Yeah.
my rifle bullets do 12 damage, and your claws do 11 damage. Like, mother of God. What kind of strange beast are you?
Well, it says like the sheet has like punch 3 damage, kick 6 damage, claws 11 damage. I'm like, oh, okay. So
Like
that's,
Wolverine.
because like I'm a human sized like leopard
Dagger, yeah.
basically. Like they're claws. They're not whatever.
Saber-toothed tiger.
So the one thing that Perez that you notice after while
In my bloodlust.
inserting yourself into this young man is that
Crazy.
We're not. Okay.
We talked about this.
is that there's some sort of like giant computer monitor with like 30 different attachments like standing in a corner. And Denver's been like wandering from like tiny panel to tiny panel, and there's like a giant one like right here in this. It looks like this is like some sort of like a meeting room or just something along that line. You're not sure, but so this is like briefly what you communicate to everybody else as you're.
Good, a safe space for McAndrews to sit. And
He can huddle behind these computer panels.
I mean, H already ruined the coffee maker, so no coffee.
Yes,
Making progress.
they're gonna rue the day.
All right, so I think you still have one short or one action, Chris. So if there's you can like convey a message or like draw a weapon, like something along that, or you could save it to dodge an attack kind of thing. Right?
Okay. I'm pretty excited right now with the running down the hallway and kind of jumping on this guy. So I'm basically can I do like a skill?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on what kind of skill, but like.
So I'm gonna try to. So I didn't kill this guy, right? He's like.
No, he's. I mean.
Okay. So I'm gonna roar in his face and tell him to back down, to surrender.
Yeah, some sort of I mean, I'm not sure.
I mean,
something that comes close to that.
I have persuasion. I don't
it's like a strong persuasion. Let's say you can take a +5 on that.
I mean, you did just like pierce his flesh.
Some gunboat diplomacy here.
Okay. All right. So with your nails like still inside, with your claws still like in this
Stop
guy's,
resisting.
You're like essentially like
stop resisting.
You're holding on to his ribs like from the inside, right?
Good lord.
And you growl at him like stand down, and the guy like just kind of like collapses to his knees and or he like just kind of like goes down and like throws his gun away, and but he still looks like he's in a lot of pain from what you
emotional and physical.
Yeah. He's
first do no harm, guys. I'm a doctor. I'm a doctor.
Now is when you ask him if he needs medical assistance.
If you were to take a guess, you'd say that this guy is currently reevaluating his life choices that have led him to this point.
Excellent.
And so I think that actually brings you to the end. And Denver, I'm gonna go through like a bunch of other people's turns.
Okay.
So
Denver's turn is not important.
Well, you took your turn to like draw your pistol and like. Right, so I'm gonna give everybody else one round, and then we'll come like a chance to do something. And if they hold off, they hold off. Then we'll come back to you. Right?
Okay. That's fine.
Okay. So basically, so a door opens up over here. Reveal some areas. So, Denver, you see the door open up, like, over here. Like, right where... Sorry, right there. Or essentially, you hear the door open up there, right? And kind of, it's not the one that you're in front of, but, like, the other one. And another door opens up, like, here. And this guy, like, wanders out, but there's, like, nobody to like shoot at, but you can sort of see him around the corner from your angle, and so that this door like closes, right? And like he like
peeks out and like goes back in.
Yes, but you managed to like catch him. If I do hide areas, I can hide that area again, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. All right. There you go. Boom. Right, so the guy like peeks out, and like from your perspective, like if Pittman was turned around, he might have heard the sound. Everybody else kind of hears doors opening and closing, but from your vantage point, you kind of glance like the door opening, and the guy like look out and like duck back in. This door just kind of like stays open on the left side, and then another few doors kind of like open up by where Perez is like this door opens up, and Pittman's able to get a look inside, and like this door opens up, and like these two doors stay closed, and one of the like this door opens up and kind of gives you a glimpse into like what else is like happening here. Let me just widen that a little bit. Just kind of gives you like an insight, and like some of the doors are like opening and closing. You hear it. You hear like footsteps off in the distance. and that's pretty much. So now we're gonna loop back to you, Denver, and it's your. I guess like because you drew your weapon, that was your like first short action, and it's still your turn.
Mm-hmm. All right. So
Oh, by the way, sorry, Kim. You still have a short action, and I think Perez is out of actions.
Yeah,
But Kim, technically, it should have been your turn. So unless there's something that you
Oh.
want to do with your short action, then we'll go to Denver.
What I'll do is I'll like move right in here, or say to Denver, I say, McAndrews, get to that computer. I'll cover you.
so the computer like all the way down the hall.
Yeah, it's like 1, 2, 3,
Tall order,
4,
Chief.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 steps for you, I guess, which is like a double move action, which you can do. It's two actions, right?
Yeah. Well, my movement is 5. Yeah. So
Oh,
I would
so-
actually be 3.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what I'll do then? You said like giving a short verbal command is nothing, right?
Yeah, that's
So I have like a view down the hallway, so I'll say right like McAndrews, get to that computer. I'll cover you, and then I will use my action to pass my action point to Kevin.
Okay.
So he's got an
Yeah.
extra one, so that would give you 4. Then you could triple move to the computer and still have a short action if you wanted to access it.
So can I do that? Can I like sprint down the hallway?
Yeah, I'll let you do it. I mean, there's a few like. Well, so, I mean, the other thing is from your. Let's do this. It's from your character, right? Like you know that there's like a guy kind of waiting to do a little ambush. It's whether or not you feel you could make it past him, kind of thing. But if you want to, I'll let you do that.
I'm not just a hacker of computer systems. I'm a hacker of hallways as well. Most people don't
yes.
really know that. I can get through any security system. You know, that's that guy. And you know, to the computer.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
So,
So
a reminder: is your safety on or off?
No.
Do you remember to bring your
It's
pistol?
really-
Alright, so
it's
why
really
don't
more
you?
a state of mind kind of a thing.
So you can move.
Like
you can
safety
move
is
your
the same
character, Kevin. You can move your character wherever he wants to go.
Okay, so every square is a square, right? So
Every
there's
square is a square.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Bam.
6,
No,
Dead.
no.
8. So that's
Here-
my double move. And
And
then
wouldn't it be 10? Be a demo movie? It was 5, right?
oh yeah.
So what's your agility?
Well, I can see here that since my movement is 5 and my agility stat divided by 2,
So
it must
it's
be
10?
actually I have 11 agility.
That's weird that your movement's 5. I thought movement is half agility.
Yeah, but that's depends which
I
way
guess
you
they
go
round, I
around.
guess they round down.
Okay. I don't know. Yeah. So like I said, you can get to the computer if you want. Because especially with the bonus from Mullen, you're like fine. But there's a little bit of a gruesome scene going on here that you're.
You just
I
just
just
ignore
I
the
actually-
cat
I
like
fuzz it out.
eating somebody's
Yeah,
face.
It's just like cats lying on the floor.
yeah.
For you.
Yeah, I have a filter set so that whenever there's blood, it actually is just like
Butterflies.
it's like the green blood you can do in video games, so it doesn't like seem as real.
Like from Doom, right? Like
Yeah,
yeah, I got it.
It's like
All right. So
somehow-
if you make it to there, you still
Somehow
have 2 actions, one of your own and one that was given to you by Mullen.
all right, well I'll hack this this Gibson that's right here. I'll hack the computer.
Well, the computer is that like that thing in the upper right
crap.
corner.
Okay, so then I wouldn't go there. I would go.
Oh, I was wondering. I thought maybe you wanted to hide or something, which is like
Well, I
fine.
do, but there's work that needs to be done, so I'll do that.
All right. So why don't you give me a roll?
All right, so 17.
Okay, so you can see that there's a lot of I mean, this computer is a lot, right? Like it has access to some of the ship's engines. It has guns. It has turrets. It has internal
Mm-hmm.
internal control of like life support. It has internal defense systems, like has a whole ton of things like going on in this computer. You like your initial assessment of this computer is not enough to really get into any of the systems, but you can pretty much see what this computer is capable of. And like the only thing that, or some of the few things that you wouldn't be able to do from this computer is just like fly the whole ship, right? Like that would be the bridge, and the bridge would be able to like
Mhm.
shut you out of here if they needed to, kind of thing, because they have like the ultimate
Sure.
control. But this this is like a pretty heavy system
All right,
as far as you're concerned.
I'm rocking it. So, okay, but
But that's all your actions for the round.
okay, no problem.
Right? Like there's still the okay. So with that happening, like a couple of more things happen. Like a guy. I think everybody used their every action. Is that correct? Like a guy shows up here and he sees like Perez and Pittman, and he like kind of stands there, and another guy, kind of like you see his like shadow off to the side. You can't make him out entirely, so I'm just gonna do like something like that, right? You kind of see like a guy off in the distance, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to move on to the next round now because
Okay.
I think everybody's used their short actions. But
So,
let's
just
take
out of curiosity, what is the rule? If you want to like try to save your action until everybody else is gone, but the other guy's like saving it to dodge, like what? How is that resolved? You know what I'm saying? So like, let's say like you're there and like I'm gonna go first, but like I don't want to shoot you because then you'll dodge because you have an action. But then like you don't want to shoot me back because then I'll dodge or something like that. How's that resolved? Like if I'm like, no, you go first, then you're like, no, you go first, and well, how does that?
and excellent questions for the designers of the game. While
Okay,
we go
all right,
into
fair
a
enough.
2 minute break
Okay.
because I have to run to the bathroom real quick. But we'll take
Okay.
a 2 minute break and I'll be back. And then if we get an answer, that's fine. Otherwise, we'll look to the rules.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
All right.
Okay.
We're back.
Welcome back, everybody. Last we met, we had a rules question, which was answered in Twitch chat by the game designers. Kevin, to answer your question, every round you burn an action point. If you're muted. Every round.
If you decide to pass.
Well, so yeah, if you actually do an action, then that's your action. If you decide to pass, you lose an action point. Yeah. Right.
Okay.
So that
makes sense.
An excellent question.
I know. Thank you.
All right. So to the top of the order, we have Mullen, having cleared the doors and open, everything, so on.
So I also noticed that there was that guy on like the side door in the hallway, right?
I mean that's for Denver.
I think it was just me.
It was just Denver.
So I mean, I was standing by the door, looking down the hallway, and I did not see this door
the tactical sense of Denver, who is really just a natural soldier.
I have an eye with 200 times zoom.
Well, you may have been looking at something else then.
That's why you see so well. That's why you see so well in this room, Kim. You see well inside the room right there because that's from your perspective that was easier. From Denver's perspective, he saw the other side. From your perspective, you did not see anybody in like the same position that.
Right.
Simple geometry.
Well, did I hear them? Because I can hear a whisper at 500 feet.
I know, but there's a lot of doors like opening and closing. So like you heard doors opening.
Well, I can hear them.
Right.
Yeah, you heard doors. That's definitely.
Fine. Then, with my first action, I'm gonna move over like here and open that door, the one I could see into. Oh, well, no, you said this
Stayed
door's
open.
All right, so if I move there, do I like see anybody?
You do. So there's a guy standing here. He's like standing there, like kind of looking at the door that's like next here, where like by where Pittman's standing. He's like facing in that direction. I'm just gonna rotate him a little bit. He's kind of facing that direction. He's like talking on comms to somebody.
All right, I like run right up to him. I put my gun on him and I say, "Drop your weapon."
Why don't you take a +10 on a convince roll, Kim?
+10.
+10.
Convince, persuade, I guess. Right.
Persuade. Yeah, I'm sorry.
33.
I don't know. This guy's thinking about it. No, the guy just kind of like lets go of his weapon, and then like as he lets go, you hear like his little radio say, "What happened? Who's that? What happened?"
All right,
Jones?
so
Jones?
I'm gonna grab. So I guess the persuade is an action, right? So I still have 2 action points.
Mhm.
All right, I'm gonna grab the whatever this comm device is, and again say, "This is Lieutenant Commander Mullen. Turn off your ship, and no further harm will come to your crew."
Okay, so you still have an action, Kim. So
Is there any answer on the comm?
I mean, you basically hear like what sounds like kind of like blubbering on the other end. Like the guy's like, "Oh shit, right? Like, it sounds like your convince kind of got to the point. You hear like a door like open up, like over in like this area, and you see like some guy that's kind of like he's like sort of like making a break for it into like in like this going south like out of the ship.
Back into the cruise ship?
Yeah.
Alright, fine. So, I guess this was just like a little local comm signal. Is there a way to like turn this comm signal to try to raise like whoever's in charge here?
It looks like you can try to like play around with it. There's like different channels like
I have like radio operation.
Oh yeah, then sure, you could definitely do that.
Alright, so I will find the command channel, or I say, like
Everybody knows that the command channel is like 137456. So like you like
yeah, I turn it to the command or the bridge channel or whatever, and repeat. This is Lieutenant Commander Mullen of the of the UPCN surrender this vessel.
All right. So in response to your like a booming essentially all of the ship's like speaker systems turn on, and you hear like a familiar voice that says, "Get off my ship, Mullen." It's the captain.
So I'm gonna like. Can I access like the ship speakers, like the system speakers?
Yeah, when it's your turn.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna say.
Well,
Tell Mullen. Oh, well, can I? Can I?
Well,
Talk?
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
guess I didn't have plans to do anything else. So if I have one more action point, I'll save it for later, I guess.
Sure.
Which
Okay,
I think makes
so-
it Denver's turn.
which does make a Denver's turn.
Okay. So I am
Do it,
going to like
Denver.
access the ship speakers and have it say in like its best GLaDOS impression, like ship self-destruct initiated, like self-destruct in 60 seconds or something like that.
Okay, so why don't you roll to get into the right? Because you just managed to find it. You didn't manage to actually get in last time.
All right.
So you want to access that particular subroutine. So it falls like just short. You're not able to do the like the whole like self-destruct. You just kind of the ship. You managed to get like mostly everything across, and it says like, unless disabled, self-destruct would commence in 17 hours. Right. So like you're like. You got across like mostly everything, but like there's a few digits that you like mixed up, and it
Yeah.
ended up just getting the time off a little bit.
All right. Well, I'm going to do it like that. I go do it again. I rolled a 16.
You
So
do the
I'm not-
same for the same exact thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like 16 hours. Like
Okay,
something.
alright. Can I can do it again if I'm doing the same thing, right? I can do up to 4 if I'm just doing the same action.
Like you just
17 hours, 16 hours, 13
Fif-
hours,
Yeah.
24 hours.
Let's God damn.
Arriving in 55 hours, 2 minutes.
So Kevin, let's just say that after 2 tries, it seems like maybe this route won't really like trick anybody because like after 2 times you're like maybe like the wording got a little mixed up, and a second time it's like self-destruct will happen in 16 hours opposed to like will commence, right? Like the wording is a little different, so maybe
All right.
like the third time will be much less convincing.
Sure, fair enough. All right.
Let's try with engine meltdown in.
Can I
15
actually
seconds.
self-destruct?
Screw the bluff. Let's go
Can
for the
I,
real deal.
Is there like there must be like is there a fire suppression system or anything?
Yeah, there's
Alright.
fire suppression stuff.
Turn it on.
Okay, do it.
Whatever. I'm fucking trying to shoot this
literally-
computer, but my
you have, like-
safety's still on.
You have like the highest bonus in the world, and you can like can't.
I was gonna say, all these rolls are like very respectable, except for the plus 11. Kind of.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so you manage to like turn on like there's basically like what happens like if maybe there's like some sort of a busted airlock or something like that. Like the airlocks close and seal. Like the left one and the right one like shut from your last one, and
Mhm.
like the sprinklers start going off in like the entrance, in the entrance area. Like there's like a downpour of like water trying to like put out the like a fire in that area.
Okay.
Last chance to do something else.
No, I mean I think
Okay.
I'm done. I did 3 short actions, which I think you can only do if you're doing the same thing.
Oh, okay.
repeatedly.
Okay. Perez. Oh no, sorry. Perez is just about to take her claws out of. Is there a good symbol for this guy to have like when you're? How about this one? Is that could that be
Sure.
like?
Yeah, he's not dead, but he's out of the fight.
Yeah, like I got a little like claws inside of him. So like Pittman like runs right over you and like steps on this guy, like he's like kind of bleeding, and like this door's open, and he is like, he's like, I got this, Mullen, and he like takes like a shot, and I like the guy right in front of him. And the guy
Another
says,
shot.
I'm gonna bust this guy all the way down the doorstep.
and the guy just kind of like ends up like, whoa, like he like Mullen is very you can read him like pretty easily. He like kicks the door open, he like runs in, he's like, I got this guy, and he like aims at him and shoots, and the guy just kind of like jumps out of the way, and like the bullet just kind of goes fly past, and he like this door opens up, he like hits a button like over here, and like hops into there to like, I don't know, try to, dodge bullets or something that are gonna come at him in a second. So Prez.
I'm a little startled by that, which is I think it's gonna maybe knock down my brutal bloodlust a little bit. So I'm gonna
But
move
not
up
enough.
a little bit. Take a tactical position next to the door, draw my pistol, and take a shot.
Okay, yeah, totally fine. So let's say this cover that you have, since you're still kind of in a little bit of fire, it'll give you like +5 dodge to any attack that's made against you.
Cool. Okay, and I'll just do the normal fire mode for the pistol.
Hitman Jr.
I wish they taught people how to shoot in this navy.
When you got claws, man, you don't use it that often.
Too busy
medic.
sharpening his claws.
So the guy, I'm assuming you're shooting at the middle guy because that's kind of like the only guy. Yeah. So he ends up like, what you from your position that you're there, you manage to see what looks like the captain of the ship disguised in some robes like that he was putting on earlier, but it's definitely
Captain of the cruise ship.
Of the cruise ship. Yeah. The heck's his name?
Idiot Mick. Stupid.
Yeah.
Stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Stupid McStupidison.
Captain Edwin Salazar, right? He's like there with his, like, he's like has a rope. He's like drawing like a gun, and he's like, he has not like seen you yet. He's kind of like taking care of himself. He's like, like playing with his gun and stuff like that. But this guy, the guy next to him, sees you and he tries to take a shot at you.
Rude.
Jerk.
So it's your choice to dodge or not dodge.
I would like to dodge. I don't like getting shot.
Do it and take a +5.
Taking a +5.
So to dodge, does it cost an action point?
It does.
Yeah, so I moved and shot, and then I guess this is my last action point, right?
Yep.
From that.
Oof. All right. The
Like
cover,
butter.
the cover, like it, like his blaster bolt smashes into the doorway, like where you just like manage to like get behind. As soon as you get behind it, like a blaster bolt like blows off like the locking mechanism right at the door where you're like hiding against. So loop around to. All right. So then you hear some like more noises going on in the background. So who had nobody? And okay, so this guy kind of like runs this way, like the guy at the bottom. He like yells to the outside, like his hands up. He like throws his gun down. There's like you hear voices coming from the docking bay. It sounds like Megan, the security officer, her people finally made it there, and they're like, you hear them yelling like, "Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground!" Like, this is Perez. This is your like feather in 500 meters. Like you hear them like telling the guy to get down and like surrounding him and like putting cuffs on.
Stop
On him.
resisting.
Stop resisting, and then like punches landing. Like
That's my line.
yeah. And so this guy over here, he kind of like ends up moving here, and like he like runs north. You see him like he like keeps running. He keeps running north, and he like disappears into like he's hidden, obstructed by the other guy, and the captain. After hearing the blaster bolts and seeing this guy get fired at, and then him firing at you, Perez, he also runs like backwards. Kim, still being on the comms with like open to the channel. I guess whatever you hear, like the captain saying like just gun it. Who cares? Right? He's like yelling at like people on the bridge.
Well, if I can, I'm gonna respond. Say, was it Captain? Was it Warren or you said Salazar? I have another name, but there was a lot of captains, so I might have
Yeah,
it
you're
messed
right.
up.
Oh no, Commander Scrooge, you're right. Warren, I messed it up.
There's
It's
a
Randy
lot
Warren.
of captains on this ship.
Yeah,
Too many, one too many captains on this ship.
We have
You're
a
right.
captain in our group. They're just not here right
We're
now.
about to prune
Yes.
the captain
You're right.
population here.
Randy Warren's.
All right, I say so over the comms I say Captain Warren, you can either stand trial for deserting or for the corruption of your post on the Nettle, or you can stand trial for the murder of everybody on board. I suggest you take the former.
All right. So, to your response, you hear like a really like a high pitched like whine, like a, and as it like winds up to the top, you just see like blaster bolts begin to like fire down the hallway, and like from Perez's perspective, you see a like a turret attached to the roof begin to just like fire down the entire length of the ship. Like this guy, the guy that's right here,
Mm-hmm.
just ducks last minute like off to the side as like the blaster bolts fly the entire way. This guy on the ground, like the guy that's in the middle that had claws inside of him, like just like lies like totally prone as like blaster bolts like continuously fire down like the length of the ship, and Warren's yell in response to you. He says, "How about that, Mullen? How about that?" And he's like, "Just I don't care if it rips the back off. Just gun it." And he like that's not targeted towards you. It's targeted towards like the crew on the bridge. But like there's like I said, the turret's attached to the ceiling, and it's just continuously firing, right, like down the entire length of the ship, including like people at the back of the that are out in the docking bay kind of have to like get out the way. It's like striking the wall of the cruise ship, like in the back, like the floor and wall. All right, so
Do we think the bridge is at the other direction?
sorry.
What do we think
Let
that's-
me let's do one of those. Boop, boop. There's a bunch more doors and stuff here. You just kind of can't see them from your.
All right, guys.
So apologies to the
Then-
stream, by the way, but it's very hard to keep this entire map. Like,
I know, yeah.
visible.
So Kim, what you can do is you can actually cut the well, let's say where you are.
I've
so-
been just
You know.
scrolling back and forth to try to encapsulate
Okay.
the action, but it's a very, very long ship.
It's a long ship. Yeah. So Mullen, we're back to the top. We're back at you. Commander Warren activated the self-defense system on the ship. It seems to be specifically made to against intruders trying to run up and like take over the bridge from the loading bay. And so this is kind of like a like this was its intended purpose. And so let's just say there's going to be a penalty for anyone that runs out into the open while this laser gun is firing, while this turret is firing.
All right.
Chris, can you close that door next to?
I can take care of the turret.
All right. Well,
No
yeah.
problem.
I just figure if we can close that door, then at least we could move behind that without getting shot. But yeah, I figured you could probably shut the turret down, or perhaps utilize it in some other way.
I can try to do that, but I can also just trade its action points for my action points, or my action points for its action points. Apparently,
For the turret's action points?
I assume it has action points.
Wait, what do you mean you can trade it?
So I have brain hack, which was clarified that this is a metaphor. It's not actually hacking a brain, but I can offset target's action points 1-to-1 with my own.
Oh, okay.
So I could just like beep boop beep boop.
Just keeping it occupied.
Yeah.
Screw it.
I mean,
Shut it
maybe
down.
I'll try to hack it first. Is it?
I mean, we can do both things. I will you
If
know,
you guys just get in there.
Melon commands me. As soon as I have an action point, that'll be the first thing I do.
So wait, whose initiative is now? Is it mine?
It is yours.
All right. Well, seeing blaster bolts like fly by down the hallway, I'm pretty much just going to I'm gonna like disarm this guy in front of me and tell him to.
He
like,
threw his weapon away. He
Yeah.
threw his weapon
So
away.
I tell him to get back down into the Nettles cargo bay and surrender to the security forces.
Through the line of fire.
Yeah, when it
good
dies
again.
down.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That I don't
then
think that's like an action
And then
point
I'll move over here and yell, get that turret shut down.
Okay, Denver.
All right. So this is maybe a meta question, but do I know how many action points a turret would get?
So different like for a person, you can expect like 3 to 5. For like a turret, you can try to figure out how long this turret can fire before resting. But I mean, so from the previous round, from when it was activated, you could see that it's like, let's say you with your brain hack, you'll be able to contain it for like it can fire longer than you can keep it under control.
So it has more action points than I have.
Correct.
All right. Well, then I'll just do like a regular hack and try to take control of it.
Okay.
All right. Here we go. This time it's going to work. Great. There we go.
Oh, and a
And
crit.
That's a crit. Hey.
Yeah.
There
So
you go. Saving the best rolls for
Mm-hmm.
All right, so-
for when it's important.
luckily it's not like a 1 and a 3 plus 1, right? So Denver like connects to like he like both hands like in this like virtual space of this computer, and he's like digging around, and like the turret just kind of like it like shoots a few bolts, and then it like stops, and then it shoots like 1 or 2 bolts, and then like it just kind of like dies down, like powers down.
Oh, I want to like turn it around and start shooting the other way.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, can I see? Does it have like a camera feed or anything? Or
That's
No,
our
it's just
peaceful
like a
Denver
armed turret.
McAndrews over there.
So,
Oh, blood! Oh, it's so distasteful.
so the turret,
When you're looking through the retinal of a turret, it just feels like a video game, and you
Yeah,
just
yeah.
feel bad for the victims.
they're not real anymore? Yeah.
so the turret doesn't have a camera feed, so it just kind of like turns around. You tell it to rotate 180 degrees because your roll is like super good, and you tell it to like just keep doing what it's doing. Right?
There you go.
Is that okay?
Target
Okay, yeah.
everybody except for down this hallway.
Yeah. So like your like super hack is enough to like turn it around and like fire into this like door, and like you can't see the results of it yet, but like you hear like the rattle of the turret, but no, you can't see the results quite
The
yet.
screams of its victims
Yeah.
echo down the
So
hallway.
then, can I also try to hack into that door and open it up?
Sure.
All right. Well, whatever.
Okay. So you
it
like
was just a flash of brilliance before.
Well, and also I like that a 1 and a 2 is actually almost an average success for your computer hacking.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
so a door opens up.
The door to space opens up next to me.
No, like essentially the door like opens up on the left side, like over here, and there's like a guy, like she's like surprised, he's because he thought the door was closed, and like the door opens up, and he like fires a bolt because he thought somebody like pressed the button to open the door, but there's like nobody there. Like the door opened up on the left side right there, where like there's a guy there.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I mean, I don't know. I guess I'll hold my actions and keep hacking later.
Okay. All right. So at this point, like Pittman yells, "Great job, McAndrews!" And he like
So who's
he,
the
like-
fucking captain?
No.
yeah.
This is the
Oh,
other
this-
captain,
oh,
the
the other-
crazy
The other- it's the
Marine
other
captain,
lieutenant.
who's just like, go, go, go.
Our
Tony
resident
Capson's in
Zergling
this
here.
So he like hops off to the side here, and he yells at this guy to
It
like
gets shot immediately.
Gets killed.
I'm waiting for this
3
guy to
times
get
over.
like brutally murdered.
he's
in a
like
graphic
he's
manner.
like the ship was under our control. Drop your guns at like this guy that's in the and he like he doesn't stop. He just kind of like barrels in there and like fights the guy while like yelling at him.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting!
He's got a take charge attitude.
I'm not resisting anymore.
So the other guy like kind of dodges, but he's like surprised, and now the captain's with him in like melee combat, and like there's like a brawl going on inside that.
Obviously, that guy was just some nerd, like sitting there on his computer. Next thing you
Well,
know,
he's-
some soldiers
he's
are
our-
beating
He's
the piss
their
out of him.
McAndrews, right?
It's like
Hiding in a little room, being like, "Oh god, oh god, oh god, what's happening?"
it's hackers taking over all my systems. Oh my god!
All right, so Perez.
So the turret has stopped firing now.
Yes. Well, no, you still hear the bolts, but you just don't see any of them. It seems like whatever
firing the other
Denver
way.
did is, is right. It's
Okay.
firing in the opposite direction.
All right. Well, then I guess the crusade marches on. Looks like Pittman's got whatever that is, on her hand, and
Whoever that guy is.
whoever that guy is. So, I guess I'll peek out into the hallway and seeing that, I guess the turret is firing the other way. I'm gonna try to kind of, I guess, do a tactical roll down the hallway and try to get into melee with this guy on the right.
The old Star
Oh,
Trek
no.
roll.
Yeah. Like the little shoulder roll and claws in underneath.
I mean, I am very acrobatic.
Yeah. No, that
I no doubt could like fly down this hallway.
do it. Just
Um,
inject your claws
so-
underneath his
I
rib
will
cage.
inject my claws. That's the new catchphrase for this.
Wolverine, this guy.
That's pretty
TM.
much what I'm doing. Yeah.
Was it Chris said in Twitch chat? Known as tagline is the nature of the medical emergency is me.
Exactly.
So this guy, like, all right. So this guy is just like sees like a blur, like a dark blur. Yeah, like a dark blur, and next thing he knows, there's like claws like raking at him from what seems like all directions, and he like collapses down, like trying to protect his like eyes and his like balls. Right? He's just like, oh god. As Perez is just like wildly slashing.
Perez
Like,
has no chill.
I will also, I guess, with my last action point, I will also
no,
similarly
it's
order
okay.
him to stop resisting.
All right, why don't you take a +10 on that? Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Oh my god!
You jab your claws through his throat.
God.
All right, this guy is not even gonna oppose roll you. This is non-opposed D10s. so the guy, he essentially physically cannot resist you anymore, and he surrenders.
He embraces you, kisses you deeply.
With now that he doesn't have any more blood in his body, it's hard for him to
Like-
resist.
He's like holding all the sides of himself that are bleeding, and he's just like, "I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And he's just, like bent over in the corner.
Are you fucking sorry?
Are you in need of medical assistance?
Are you hurt?
So let me get you some bandages, bitch.
Wow.
All right. So as you
Eviscerate
You know,
him.
yeah, as you like eviscerate him, like you hear the mic is the radio's still live that McCullen's holding, and then you hear like a guy yelling like, oh, "It's our!" You hear the captain saying, "It's our goddamn turret!" Right? And and he's like, he's like, if you're not gonna push the button, and he's like, then I'll just do it. I'll just do it myself. And then you hear like someone that's in the cockpit's like, no, sir, we shouldn't do that. And it's like, get out of my way. And he's like, no, sir, we really shouldn't. And so that kind of like goes on for a while. There's like a little bit of a struggle as like you guys are, as Perez is like killing dudes and as the struggle goes on with Pittman, like this all happens at like the same time, kind of. The other thing you notice is that the turret is doing like a number of this door. This door is like bent in, like it's gonna crack like any minute now. It can't. It's like too close. The fire coming at it is from too close. It doesn't look like it can handle much more punishment. And
Okay.
so we go to the I guess if anybody has any short actions, I'm not actually sure.
I had used all my action points, I guess.
Okay, so anybody
I
else?
have more. I only used one.
Oh,
I,
yeah.
I only used two actually. Sorry, I used two.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So I will. Can I try to hack the door, or is it just like too far gone to even open anymore?
No, that door doesn't look like it needs much hacking. I mean, it's like the physical
need a little
type.
more laser hacking.
Yeah.
Can I try to reinforce? Yeah. So I want to try to reinforce my control of this turret, right? Like to block out anybody else. Actually, I don't even need control. I just need nobody else to be able to get control.
Can you shut down the power to the engines or something like that to prevent?
I don't. He said that I couldn't really access the ship's engines except from the bridge, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like they could lock you out from there. Like the control of the ship, as far as movement, is from the bridge.
There's no other system that he has access to that could prevent them from leaving, killing navigation or something like that.
Yeah, navigation and fine, sure, but it doesn't look like they're trying to navigate.
I'll turn off their Google Maps, and then
They're
they're dead in the water.
Let's pull over.
Yeah.
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 So
Wi-Fi.
yeah, so as you know, at Denver. So as you're pondering your next move, the security officer, she runs up to next to you, Mullen, and she's like, "What's the situation, Lieutenant Commander?"
So we need to get prevent this ship from leaving. It's gonna tear out the side of the Nettle.
She's like, "We got to get to the bridge."
I'm out of action points.
All right, so you're like I'm held down with this guy, and so she ends up passing one of her action points to you, Mullen.
All right. You know, actually, here's what I can I go actually?
Yeah.
Can I lock every other door on this ship?
Except which one?
Except the bridge door, which doesn't.
Just
even I'll lock every door on the ship if I can.
You're gonna lock Pittman in there, struggling with this nerd?
No, you're gonna lock the nerd in there, struggling with it.
Yeah, I think this is a win for everybody.
Yeah, Kevin, do it.
Don't lock the doors between me and the bridge.
So is the door that the turret is shooting? That's the bridge door.
I mean, so you have to kind of guess.
Or do we not know?
You don't know, but it seems like the captain just disappeared a second ago. 2 seconds ago he disappeared, and now he's yelling at someone to to just gun it, kind of thing.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess there's this door between us, right? This is what you're talking about.
So, I mean, I would just say you could just keep the doors in this main spine of the ship open.
Can I do that?
You can lock everything else. I'm pretty much just gonna sprint up there. If the security guard just gave me an action point, that gives me 8 steps closer, and then at the top of the next turn, I should be able to get to the turret and
Here's what I want to do. I actually just want to lock every door in its current position.
That's fine.
I think that's fine because these doors were open. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it, Denver.
Well, it's fine, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, so let's do this. Let's just say that you believe you succeeded. You think you got most of the doors.
I definitely succeeded.
100%. I believe in you, Denver.
All right.
Nice job, Denver.
So basically, the other thing is the one of the ways that you did that is you tapped into the the camera feeds on whatever you can access, and so you kind of end up revealing a bunch of the
ship.
Yeah.
All right.
Right, and so here you see Pittman and just beating on some nerd. You see Perez.
Poor nerd.
There's a guard on the ground begging for his life with and Perez blood on her claws standing over him breathing heavy. There's the turret that's going at it at this door that's buckling, and inside the and you get vision further down, and it seems there's some personnel. There's a little bit of a struggle going on. They're the two guys in blues. I know it's a little hard to make out. They're the navigators. There's a guy that's he's in. You know what? I'm just gonna make him a slightly easier to see color. How about this yellow? Is that no? That's not better at all. As a matter of fact. What about this nice bright? Nope, that's not better either.
So is the cockpit being like torn up by this turret?
Well, no. So the door is still stable, but like the captain, who's let me see if I can give him an aura of some sort. Here, you know what? I'm just gonna give him a mark. So the captain, who's right, doesn't get to have a symbol for whatever reason. Sorry, guys. Let's just do like an aura of one. That guy, right? You see the little aura around him? Is that visible to anybody else?
I don't see anything.
Okay, never mind. So basically, the guy in the red in the cockpit is the captain, and he's struggling with one of the guys in blues. He's like trying to reach like the control panel, which says like which Denver from your it looks like to engage the engines, and the guy in blues like no sir, you can't do this, you can't do this, and he's like kind of like holding him back while it's hammering the thing. So Kim, take your movement for the last round, for the last action of this round.
7, 8. I think it gets me around there.
Yeah, and Mitchell like runs up with you to there as well. And if anybody else has any actions, you can go ahead and use them now. Kevin, I think you have one more. I'm not, you're muted.
Sorry, yeah, I have one left. Can I turn off the lights in the bridge?
Yeah. I mean, that's like you have internal system access, so.
All right. I don't know. It's good, I guess. A perfectly average roll.
Yeah, sure. Like the light like flickers. Like the main light goes off. There's still like some vision there, like overall. There's like glowing
Especially
lights
because the
and
laser
like,
blasts like pounding into
lights
the
and
door.
There's like the computers are still on, but the lights are like off of the ship. So
hopefully it'll startle them for just like the moment we need to like
yeah, it's like it's very all sorts of confusing.
Mhm.
I'll join Commander Mullen as
All right,
as he runs by.
It's like
I gave
sprint by.
Warren a nameplate, and he's like struggling with like a random pilot. All right, okay, so all right, Mullen, as you're running down the hallway, you see this turret just like blow this door off its hinges. At the like as you're making
Space
your way
hinges.
down, space hinges. This door is gone, and now this turret is pelting like the inner cockpit. But
Oh.
the thing with the ship is its cockpit is facing outwards into space. So
Mhm.
like this turret could potentially do like a breach into outer space.
The
If it
depressurization.
depressurize the ship. So
I'm
That's
fine
fine.
with that.
I have my pressurized suit. I don't see why that would be a problem.
okay.
We
Everybody
all
has
have
their
that?
standard issue pressurized suit, right?
Not sure we all get that.
That's only
Use your
me.
claws, Perez.
I guess that's one of the few benefits of rank is that if we punch a
Yeah.
hole in the middle of the ship, I'll just walk back to the other ship.
I have a radio transceiver. That's it.
So we'll hear your screams as you're sucked out into space. Good.
So Mullen, it keeps it keeps firing, and it's your action right now. So go ahead and take it.
All right, so I'm like sprinting down this hallway,
Yeah.
yelling on the comm. I'm gonna tell. I'm like, McAndrews, get that turret shut down. And then I yell into the comm that I took from the other soldier. I say, Warren, if you engage these engines, it'll be the last thing you ever do.
So move yourself to where you were going, and that's your one action. Yeah, perfect. All right, so Kevin.
Well, I can do multiple actions, right? Can I see the captain?
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. You can. So the captain, you see him like over here, like there's like a struggle going on with these two. They're both caught off guard by the turning off the lights and like the constant like pelting of like the the turret is just like firing, like destroying the ship controls and computers and like blasting the outer window and stuff like that.
How usable is the cockpit at this point?
So the middle of it, which you're not entirely sure what the middle is, it's not. Like whatever the middle was, whatever controls are in the middle, that's like gone. Like the turret is like doing its thing there. Right? The turret got to go first and like like completely destroy that.
I don't know. What do you think, Perez? Is it time to turn this turret off, or do we need to like just cook this goose a little more?
I have a question, real quick. What is this device next to the turret? This thing?
It's on the computer.
That's the coffee maker.
Yeah.
The AI's in there right now.
No. Coffee
Wreaking
maker is right there. That's the coffee maker. It's all the water. All the water you need.
As much as I am in the mood for roast turkey at the moment, you were given a direct order by your commanding
Oh,
officer.
was I? Okay.
So,
In case I was kidding about the coffee.
What is happening?
In case you were
But the
wondering.
coffee maker did look suspicious like a toilet, but
Yeah,
I don't want to judge other cultures.
These Cyrilians.
Can I turn off this? Can I turn off this turret?
Yeah, you like from your your original I think hack into it was like pretty swift.
Mhm.
So like pretty good. So you have control of it, so you just kinda like tell it to stand down.
Yeah, get it down.
Alright, so then you could still do other stuff, Kevin, if you want to. It's still your turn technically, because Kim passed his turn when he told you to shut it down.
Yeah.
All right, I want to make the
hold on.
I want to make the GLaDOS voice say like you have been wrecked.
Alright, well since there's
You
no
shouldn't have to
countdowns
roll for
this
that.
time-
You
No,
want to
he's-
roll on that? What page is that on?
Alright, Kevin, if you beat a 14
Oh my
that-
god, you're a
that-
cruel, you're a
Snake eyes.
cruel man. All right.
Alright, good. So it's like you have been wrecked, right? Like the
The breach of protocol.
Wait, I didn't even do that. That was the AI.
So-
It's
Alright, so-
it's too bad that you're a private because I don't think I
Alright,
can
so-
demote you any
so, like-
further.
Pittman finishes beating the snurd up, whatever this thing. And he books it down and like he's like running towards you and like he's
How do you
like
save the day.
uh-oh. Can I undo that? Oh my god. I must have. I made him small by accident. Alright, so Pittman says, great job, McAndrews, and he like
Who's the guy's favorite?
he's like, let's get in there. And he like Perez, it's your turn.
all right. Well, like I said, as Mullen goes by me, I will follow. Let's see, how far is this? 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that puts me there. That's one move. Is Mullen? Are you charging in, or are you?
Well, I needed to wait until the gun got shut down, so I
Right.
didn't like charge in and get like shot
Right.
to little pieces. But well, pretty much I'm gonna I was gonna go tackle the captain so that they don't stop the. But if you want to
Okay.
tackle him first,
Yeah, I was gonna
then
say. Well, I move 8, so I beat you to it.
ladies first.
So I'm gonna I guess do a double move and slam into the captain.
Do it.
What would I roll for?
So it's just an attack.
Just an attack.
Strike. Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, a crit.
Ooh,
Whoa.
Ooh, fancy schmancy.
fancy.
Alright, so you end up like barreling right into him, and you sort of like so here's what happens. You end up like full speed cheetah charge, you knock him backwards. Hold on, let me just rotate this so we'll see what kind of cluster. So you like end up backing him into the pilot nerd, and you like follow through, and you all end up in this like mess of like people on top of like this chair, but it doesn't look like. But you're on the chair, like on the ground, like limbs everywhere. It doesn't seem like he's gonna be reaching for anything anytime soon.
Sounds good.
All right, so with a like a sprinting cheetah in the cockpit, the other two people there like sheltering themselves from the turret fire and seeing that the cockpit destroyed and there's nowhere left to go, they end up kind of like putting their hands up, especially like the other pilot and this other guy with a gun, like the purple guy with the gun, like throws his gun down, and as Ensign Perez tries to like tie this guy up and make sure he doesn't do anything crazy, and like.
I kind of come to a jog and I come to a halt in the doorway there. Look around. I say, Ensign Perez, see if any of these people need medical assistance.
So the other pilot, like he like he goes like that. He's like p- um commander, permission to power down the engines, and he like has his like hands up.
Permission granted.
And you shoot him in the head.
Alright, so he powers down the engines. So over the course of the next 2 hours, you end up very roughly taking Captain Warren out of the ship and gathering up the remaining personnel that didn't come very quietly, so to say, or that originally did not come quietly. And so you end up gathering everybody else, and you reconvene and try to figure. So sorry, you reconvene essentially in the into the ship. You kind of you get onto the Steel, which is the ship that that the other lieutenant commander Pittman came with, and you're trying to sort this whole situation out. The people present are you guys, Pittman's crew, um, Mitchell, the security officer, and the captain, Captain Warren, essentially here for the interrogation, and settling all of that. And seeing as how it's 9:30, it took us a little longer than I expected to finish this, but you guys seem to have hacked, and
That was good though. I'm glad we got to dive into the combat there.
It was supposed to be a
Convince
tactical RPG, so it would have been a shame if we hadn't
Fine
gotten to like
yeah, it was
get
good
into
to
some of the
get some
nitty gritty.
tactical.
the turret was less effective than I hoped. But Denver McAndrews with his slick,
He saved his
rolls.
perfect role for the one
Yeah.
time when it really mattered.
all of the Gladys voices were shitty, and then goes through with a hacking crit towards
He
the
was,
end.
he was really watching cat videos during all the other stuff, and then he was like, "Oh, it's time to get serious."
Stupid turret. I can't hear these cat videos.
Yeah, so some of the doors remain closed thanks to H, because he's wreaking havoc throughout the ship. So that was
This coffee maker's broken.
the coffee maker's broken. The toilets don't work anymore.
Toilets are running backwards.
The toilets are all like overflowing. So essentially you're in the war room with the ship, and that's exactly where put you guys there.
Turn on all the faucets and clog the drains.
And that's where we're gonna start next week. So thank you everybody for joining us. Thank you for watching. If you're watching us on Twitch, check out our YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, check out our Twitch. We play Tuesdays at 37 Eastern. And next
7:30?
Tuesday, 7:30. What did I say?
37.
37.
Listen,
It's not a
It's not a
time.
time.
I'm trying to think ahead.
There's no place in the world where 37 is.
We're watching playing 37 Eastern, and that's the new time that we're playing now. And stay tuned for. I believe I'm 99% sure that we will wrap up this episode of this entire saga of Falling Stars next Tuesday. So tune in for the
Great.
conclusion.
Wonderful.
Thanks, guys.
All
right.
right. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Alex.
Take care.
Good night.